I spent years trying to get into the university. I wrote exams more times than like I even want to count. The results were not forthcoming. And during this time, I was already in my 20s. And while all of this were happening, there were voices around me. Voices that don't understand what was going on within me. They can't read meaning to every explanation I was given. And all they were saying were like, you need to go and marry, or you go to the polytechnic, must you go to the university, you can learn a trade, learn a skill, go and do apprenticeship for something, and when you are done, going to do graduation for you, and you're going to settle down, find somebody to marry, and you'll be doing fine. And one thing about voices like that is that they do not just pass through you. No, they don't just enter this year and follow this one to exit. No, they settle, they stay with you, they stay inside as you're hearing it. It's settling inside you. And before you know it, they will start sounding like the truth. It makes sense. What they are saying really makes sense. Maybe that is what I needed to do at that point. But one thing I did for myself at that point was that I exit myself physically from that environment. That move actually made me the black sheep, as at that time everybody was talking that, oh, I like Barrow. But one thing that happened when I left is that I could hear myself. I could think about my decisions, have a deep conversation about it with myself, and come to the realization that what the decision I am making is actually a good one. Fast forward to 2020, there was COVID, so I went back home. And I feel like that year was the year that broke me the most, because I went back to where I left. I went back to the atmosphere that I have worked so hard to leave behind. And one thing that happened was that everything that I had been building internally felt foggy again, because those voices were not still silent. They were still back in my face, in my head, in my ears, around me. Everywhere I go, they were still saying the same thing they've been saying since years before then. Now, do not get me wrong, I'm not blaming those voices, because to their best of knowledge, that was what they thought was best for me. What I'm trying to portray here is the power of environment. You can be the same person, but when you're in different environments, there will be different outputs. There will be different outcomes. There will be different thoughts. There will be different exposure. Your environment does not only affect your mood, it also shapes your identity. People around you set the ceiling to what is possible and what is not possible. And sometimes they influence what you believe about yourself, even without uttering a word. I want you to think about the environment that you are in now, not just where you live, your group chats, your association, your friends, the people you debrief with after a hard day, or when something is bothering you, the people you talk to about it, the voices you are feeding yourself with online, the people you listen to online, who are your role models. Ask yourself this honest question: do these spaces call me higher, or do they keep me small? After asking yourself that question and answering it, I want to give you permission to move, not as a last resort, but as a strategy. The right environment is not a reward for when you are finally make it. It is actually part of how you make it. When you are in a space where people are building, dreaming, and being accountable, there's something in you that rises to meet up with it. You think better, you act bolder, and you become more of who you are made to become. And when you see that an environment is not serving you growth, please do not let loyalty keep you stuck. Why are you even loyal to such an environment? So even if it is hard, sometimes it can be very hard to leave that cycle, to leave that friendship, to leave that association, to leave that place, to leave that church, to leave that wherever. But it is better and it is safer to move. Environment is not just where you are, it is who you are becoming. And you get to choose that. You get to make a choice to choose who you are becoming.